And we finally have it, guys. We've been waiting to get our hands on the VSR ONE. It finally has arrived to our office. And let me tell you, the first impression about this gun is, it's small.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Not only small, it's actually very compact. It's less like a sniper rifle, it's more of a scout rifle, if you may. And it's really light too.
At 2 kilos or 4.5 pounds, you're never really going to ever get fatigued using this thing. Don't let the small size detract from how solid its externals are. First, the polymer receiver. This isn't the bendy, hollow ABS plastic you grew up with on the VSR 10. The polymer on the VSR ONE is rock solid, zero flex, and a nice grippy outer texture. Great for sweaty palm people like me. It is important to note that the polymer receiver is actually a clamshell design, though I didn't really notice this on the first pass. That's because the connections are set so flush against each other, you hardly ever notice it. But it is something you should keep in mind.
In addition, there are QT sling mounts over here in the front, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, as well as the bottom of the connection point of the buttstock. This VSR ONE also have M-lock mounts at 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock position. So you can mount whatever accessories that you wish.
Onto the metal outer barrel. We have at the front a 14mm CCW thread on the muzzle to fit all your suppressors, flash hiders, and tracer units. On the top, we have, obviously, a Picatinny scope rail. But if for some reason you lack a scope, don't worry, because Tokyo Marui has helpfully provided some very small backup battle sights onto the rail itself, just in case. On the bottom here, we have an AR pattern pistol grip that is cross-compatible with other AR grips.
And now onto the rear. The VSR ONE has a very solid foldable buttstock, and I mean solid. Steel hinge, zero wobble, and a removable butt pad where it also acts as a hidden tool compartment for hex keys that the VSR ONE provide. However, do note that this buttstock is proprietary, meaning it's not an AR style buffer tube. So keep that in mind before you try to stick your own CTR stock on it.
The hop-up is located in the same location as it is on the VSR 10, easily reachable right next to the outer barrel, and features some very tactile clicks that you can use while adjusting.
And just like its older brother, the magazine of the VSR ONE sits very far down from the chamber. Fully compatible with the VSR 10, and it's held by a spring tension in the magazine, so when you press the button, it just pops right out.
The metal trigger, though, isn't as impressive, at least by 2022 standards.
It's not impressive at all.
It's solidly built and has a pull lighter than that of the VSR 10. But there is quite a mushy distance of pull for the trigger, and there's no tactile wall. Without a wall, there's no real reliable way of telling when that action is going to be set off. Now, to be honest, I am nitpicking quite a bit, and most shooters probably wouldn't notice. But when so many other airsoft snipers have tactile walls, it kind of counts against it.
Oh, enough talking. Let's take it to the range. And here we are. We're at landing zone, and we're going to use the 30-meter range and give this gun an accuracy test.
So first, Gambit is going to go and shoot a standard target at 15 meters. At 30 meters, I'm going to shoot at Jim Bob Jr. to represent a man-sized target. Jim Bob Jr. is here with us because Jim Bob the Elder unfortunately caught a case of black mold and had to go to a farm upstate. So, let's get to it.
Chrono test, 0.2 grams, 6mm BBs. And now for accuracy tests. I'm in the seated resting position at 15 meters. Man, I can't get over how smooth the bolt pull was. Spot on. And that's 10. Let's take a look at the results. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not my best. Never really sniped before, but let's look at the grouping. Here, 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 here. I mean, we're talking about size of, not including the fingers, size of my palm at 15 meter, 0.25 gram BBs. This is pretty good. I mean, this is pretty spot on. For a stock gun, this is quite amazing.
And now for the accuracy test, now at 30 meters. Usually in the name of fairness, we'd have Gambit take this as well. But I also wanted some range time too, so what can I say? All right, range is hot. Let's see how it goes. Now that bolt pull is incredible. Like, there's nothing like it, honestly, in my experience after all. That was actually quite impressive. I mean, honestly, the gun is a joy to shoot, especially, yet again, that smooth bolt pull. There's quite nothing like it. Anyway, let's go and see how we did. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a flyer up here. If we exclude the flyer, that is a general grouping. It's actually roughly double the size of the 15-meter grouping, which is precisely what we would expect. It also means that my accuracy is probably on par with Gambit, which is quite relieving actually. Overall, for a 200-odd FPS gun, this is actually really impressive, especially at 30-meter range. Proof of Marui's Marui magic hop-up in action. So those results were actually pretty good, so we decided to go a little further and try to reach out to a target now 40 meters away. Now, as this is beyond our usual testing parameters, we're not going to take it quite as seriously, which is why I have a tracer unit over here. But let's see, you know, for a Marui gun, 40 meters is already a serious stretch, so it'll be really interesting to see how well it performs. Let's get to it. Range is hot. Ooh, that was a huge flyer. Overall, it's still reaching there, but towards the end of the flight, you do notice the BB starting to drop off. So for some of the latter shots, I actually tried lobbing it over. Overall, like I said, a barrel this long, that is incredibly impressive. Obviously, the accuracy isn't as consistent because I'm using tracer BBs because they're cool. But let's go and take a look and see how it did. All right, here we are. Full disclosure, I did fire a lot more than 10 rounds. I actually shot around 17 because I was also experimenting how far it could go. So I'm not going to draw a grouping diagram over here because it wouldn't be fair. Even then, out of 17 shots, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on target at 40 meters with a stock Marui VSR ONE. This is pretty impressive. So now let's take this to the real test. We've all seen videos and movies of people shooting apples off each other's heads. So in this case, I volunteer myself as tribute. Gambit, do it.
Time to haze the intern.
Oh, you better hit it properly, man.
In 3, 2, 1. Got it?
I think it was a hit. Yeah, you got it right here. That was scary as well. It's even worse because you see the flash of the tracer. So you feel like you're properly getting shot.
That was like what?
This, put my life on the line for you. Well, not really, but you get what I mean, right? There we go.
He's shooting tracers. And here are our results. For 15 meter, I'm getting roughly about 2.5 inch grouping. This is actually very impressive given that it's just a stock gun. We just adjusted the hop and using .25 gram BBs.
And over here at 30 meters minus one very significant flyer, we're getting a maximum grouping distance of around 5.5 inches, which is quite impressive for a stock Marui gun.
I mean, it's a VSR platform, so you can always upgrade it and you can achieve a much better result than this.
Indeed, because right over here, remember, the barrel only starts here. This is only on a barrel that is around, what'd you say?
20 centimeters?
20 centimeter barrel. That is really impressive. I can't wait to see what you guys can do with this platform. On a 40 millimeter CCW thread, who knows what other things you can stick on this. Overall, very impressive.
And back to the studio. And there we go. The Tokyo Marui VSR ONE is a solid update to the venerable VSR 10 platform. For fun factor, we're giving this a solid 4-star out of 5 for its smooth bolt pull and a very nice thwack sound when you pull the trigger, making it a pleasure to shoot.
On the subject of realism, we're going to have to give the VSR ONE a 1-star. While it might bear some superficial resemblance to modular M700s, the magazine location and the parts compatibility just do not correspond in any way to a real rifle.
On performance, the VSR ONE obviously is 5 out of 5 star. It is ridiculously accurate and the bolt can give you an incredible rate of fire once you get the muscle memory locked in, especially with how smooth the bolt is. Build quality, we're gonna give it a 4.5 star. It's rock solid, well made, ergonomic is fantastic, but the clamshell receiver just pushed it out of a 5.
On value, we're going to give the VSR ONE a 4.5 stars out of 5. Now, while at $250, it's not the cheapest stock sniper around, the internals are compatible with the VSR 10, which means you get access to the full 20-year library of aftermarket VSR parts out there, which gives immense additional value to the gun. On collectability though, we give the VSR ONE a 1.5 stars out of 5. It's new, it's nice compared to its predecessor, But being a Marui product, it's likely going to be in production for a long time. And frankly, I bet you're going to see it very commonly on the field.
So Andrew, how would you rate this VSR ONE for overall?
Well, disclaimer, these stars are just our personal opinions, but if I were to give this a full overall rating, I'd rank this 4 stars out of 5 for the Tokyo Marui VSR ONE. Because in the end, its pure objective is to be an airsoft sniper rifle. It's not supposed to be a replica of anything real. It's supposed to be just for airsoft, and it succeeds beautifully in that aspect.
I totally agree. I mean, this VSR ONE is catered to airsofters that want to play a sniper role. They're not aiming for realism. They're not aiming for collectability like the Biohazard line. So 4 out of 5 star makes sense. So let's hand it over to you guys. What are your thoughts of the VSR ONE? Let us know in the comment section below. So for this cool product and many more, go to our online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com. This is Gambit
And Andrew.
out.
No nigga, no murder, no combo. Don't be blowing me up, nigga, I ain't getting up.